You signed a brand new will last year, so the old one is automatically dead and gone, right? Not necessarily. And that wrong assumption is exactly how families end up in a courtroom fighting over which document actually counts. Hi, my name is Brenton McWilliams. I'm an estate planning attorney in Baldwin County, Alabama. And in the next few minutes, you'll know exactly when a new will overrides an old one, when it doesn't, and the one mistake that can leave two competing wills standing at the same time. And stay until the end because there's a situation where your old will can come back to life even after you thought you replaced it. Here's what most people picture. You sit down, you sign a new will, and you assume the old paperwork instantly disappears. But Alabama law doesn't care what you assumed. It cares about what your documents actually say and what you actually did with them. So let's start with the good news. In Alabama, a properly executed new will can absolutely override an old one. But it usually only happens cleanly when the new will does one specific thing. It has to clearly state that it revokes all prior wills. That single sentence is what tells a probate judge, ignore everything before this. When that language is there, signed and witnessed correctly, the newest will controls. But here's where people get into trouble. Imagine someone writes a new will and it's perfectly valid, but it never says a word about revoking the old one. Now you've got two wills. The court doesn't automatically throw the first one out. Instead, Alabama law tries to read them together. And the new will only overrides the old will where the two actually conflict. So if your old will left the lake house to your son and your new will is silent about the lake house, that old gift can still stand. The mess you were trying to avoid is the exact mess you created. So if a sentence can revoke a will, the simplest move is just to tear up the old copy, right? That works, but only if you do it correctly. In Alabama, you can revoke a will by physically destroying it, burning it, tearing it, marking through it, but it has to be done with the intent to actually revoke the will. Here's the trap. If you sign a new will but leave the old signed original sitting in a drawer at home, and a family member finds that old one after you're gone, you've handed them ammunition. Now someone can argue about which document you really meant. The fix is simple, but people skip it. Destroy the old originals, every signed copy, once the new will is in place. But this is where that warning from the beginning matters because there's a way your old will comes back from the dead. Let's say you revoke will number 1 by signing will number 2. Then later, you change your mind and you destroy will number 2 thinking you'll go back to the way things were. A lot of people assume that automatically reactivates will number 1. It doesn't work that cleanly. Once will number 1 was revoked, tearing up will number 2 doesn't reliably bring it back to life. You could end up with no valid will at all, which means Alabama's intestacy laws decide who gets what, not you. So here's where that leaves you. A new will can override an old will in Alabama, but only when it's executed correctly, clearly revokes prior wills, and the old originals are actually destroyed. Skip any one of those and you may leave your family with 2 documents and a fight. If you're sitting on an old will right now, or you're not sure your current plan actually does what you think it does, the good news is these problems are fixable once you know what to look for. I put together another video that walks through exactly that. Click here and I'll show you the specific things to check in your existing estate plan so your wishes are the ones that actually hold up.